Hey everyone, this is Scott. I hope things are going well for you today. Today's a little bit different for an upload. I am going to put some music with this, and the piece you're going to hear came off a Christian rock album that I wrote back in 2007, and it's called Razor's Edge. So that's going to follow up with what I'm doing here, so there's going to be some music on this. And that's off that particular CD. It's not the new stuff you're hearing, so but it is a cool piece. Now, what I want to do today is just kind of talk about my lineup and what I'm using today with gear, but I've also had requests to model the actual metal wear that I wear. My Levi 527 jeans, my chrome and leather metal jacket, and these are 80s leather, metal, or rock boots, and the real deal. So I just wanted to take a moment. They requested a front, top to bottom, everything zipped up. I know I probably could be a model, possibly, but I would just soon stand behind a guitar. Okay, that's my personal preference. But in order to answer, requests that I get, whether it's on my YouTube channel or if it's just people that I meet, I like to know what I use, what's your live rig like, guitars and such. So anyway, here is the front. I did do a little YouTubing and a little Googling on how to model leather jackets, jeans, and all that kind of stuff. And so if I suck at it, it's not my game, okay? But this is the front. This is how we roll here. Now, the back, the jacket, again, like I say, hopefully, because I'm doing this alone, has got a lot of room for emblems, bikers club, whatever. But, the boots, the jeans, the jacket, for me, the only thing that's missing right now is a bike. And eventually I'm going to get back into biking. So, hopefully I answered your request on full front and back modeling of the jacket, jeans, and boots. Now I want to take a minute and I want to talk about some of my gear. I did this back, I put out a 2008 video, which was, I call it my shred session video, and I talked about the gear that I was currently using there. Well, I've definitely stepped it up. Today, for me, now, mainly musicians, you're really gonna, you'll probably get a little more out of this than those that just listen to the music. But like I said, as soon as I'm done here, I am going to play that piece, and I want to put a plug in for LC Photography in Clear Lake. They're friends of mine. Reggie's wife, Lori, phenomenal photographer. If you're in the Mason City, Clear Lake, or wherever you're at, and you're looking for someone to do the job for you in a photo shoot at a really great price, I'm telling you what, they've done me good, and I've been with them. This is my second shoot. We needed to update the current pictures you see. So I want to talk about my current guitar preference. I am really a Jackson fanatic, okay? The soloist guitars, and you've seen videos, my uploads, where I'm using V's. I'm playing the Jackson Road V's. I still have my cream colored V. I don't play it anymore really because I'm really attuned to the Jackson soloist. Now I actually have 4 soloists, USA soloists. One of them is an SL1, which has a humbucker, 2 single coils. It's the black one you see. But my favorites are I call it my Tiger, my Bengal Tiger. Then I actually have this custom shop, which is, I don't know if you want to call it a burnt cherry sunburst type. And then of course, not least on the list, but one of my favorite, and you see a lot of videos with me playing this one, this is my Copperhead soloist. And these guitars have been set up. When I got them, this one had already been, it had a tremolo no added to it. But this particular one has some bare knuckle painkiller pickups in it. At least the neck position is, and then this is just the standard. I think it's a TB4 Seymour Duncan. I'm a big Duncan fan. I do have EMG 8185s loaded in my V. I also am a DiMarzio fan of the X2N. When I got this thing was all loaded. It's got, you know, all my guitars basically have been loaded for my sound and what I like. I'm a classic 80s guy, it's pretty obvious. In my playing, that's where I learned most of my playing. And so, what I've recently come on board with, which you guys have noticed, and I am just a total fan of the Gem. Now this is an actual 1994 Gem 7V WH, which just simply means it's the VI. It's the high-end model, and scored it big time on I go between eBay and Reverb.com, but really pleased. It's hard to find these guitars around Mason City, Iowa. And so anyway, this has been one of my favorites. It's been, the Evolution pickups have been removed, except for the center one. I'm not sure what that is, but it has an Aaron Norton DiMarzio, and then it has the tone zone. The thing has just the sound that I'm after, and like I say, all my guitars are either have the stock high-end Duncans in them, or DiMarzios, or EMGs. I am basically now, instead of all Jackson, I'm really tuned into the more high-end Ibanez. I'm a real fan of the Wizard 5 neck. Now this is a special one that I recently purchased on Reverb.com. This guitar, this is a Gem, not a Gem, I'm sorry, it's a Genesis RG. I have the paperwork, I don't remember the exact numbers. But these particular guitars were only released in Japan from, if I'm correct, it's 2013 to 2014. Now this particular one is a 2014. It has, of course, the Wizard 5 neck. It's got your maple, and then in between it has walnut, I believe. I'm thinking it is walnut. And so it's a 5-piece neck, very thin, very fast, very much of a shredder. It's kind of reminiscent of the RG 570 I had back in the 80s. So I wanted to kind of touch, you know, on the guitars I'm using. I'm really acclimated to the thinner neck, the wider necks. So as far as the guitars go, those are my main axes. However, if we move right over now to my live rig and what I use, you've seen in these videos Marshall stacks. Well, I have 2 full Marshall stacks. I run them with, one of them's a vintage 1960 cab, which really has a phenomenal tone to it, which when I have that one set up in my studio when I give guitar lessons, and it's just off screen here. But I have, like I say, 4 300 watt, except for the vintage, and I think that's what, 260 or 280, I'm not sure. But the tone of it is amazing. And I have a triple lead 100 watt head, JCM 2000, then I have a 50 watt JCM 2000, and then a spare backup head tucked away, I have a JCM 2000 50 watt. Those are the closest I can get to what I played back in the 80s, the JCM 800s. So that's my main rig. What I do carry around the house with me to practice is, and I have that again upstairs when I sit and watch TV, it's the Marshall Code. I have the 25 watt, phenomenal technology in these amps. They sound just like the JCM 800 that I used to play, and these 2000s. As far as pedals go, my live rig consists of a GT10 Boss. It's got all the presets in there, it's got everything I need, and so I do like my Crybaby wah. I do use that a little bit over what, you know, the Boss has in their pedal, but the GT10 has been a phenomenal workhorse for me, and I use that a lot when I'm writing songs in the studio. So I don't want to take a whole lot more of your time. Basically, what I'm doing now when it comes to live applications is I'm just using a cable. Eventually, I will move into a wireless system, but not yet. I like the cables. I just, you know, get the super long cables. A lot of guitar players are doing that on the pro circuit. So anyway, I wanted to just kind of update everybody. That's musicians out there that kind of, you know, dig this part of it, of what I'm actually using right now. And like I say, I do have an Ibanez Rocket Roll V from it was made in 1982. Scored that in '84. It's been through a few hands and it's kind of found its way back. And then I have my Rhodes V. Other than that, all my recording is done on Pro Tools, which again is off screen right now. But I wanted to cover for the musicians out there, the guitar players that are interested. You know, what are you using? What do you know? What's your main rig? What do you play when you play live? And when I am out playing, or it's just basically going to be that, very simple. GT10 Marshalls, and basically running into them, Crybaby Wah original. And so anyway, I don't want to hold you up anymore. You're going to like this piece, and I'm going to, as it's playing, I'm going to put up another one of the shots that was taken recently at LC Photography. So hey, I hope everything's going well with you guys. I hope you thank you for checking it out, and I hope you like the music. I'm looking forward to doing some really great and bigger things here shortly. But in the real world, you have a job, you have a family. So anyway, I hope everything goes well with you, and we'll see you at the next piece, which will be one I'm working on now. Again, another classic 80s style. This one's a little more of a rocker. So hey, God bless, and we'll see you later.